This video is Cannabis Growing Edutainment, created for viewers aged 18 and over. By continuing to watch, you confirm that you are 18 years of age or older. All activities depicted in this video are conducted in compliance with our laws here in Canada. Oh hey, don't forget to watch to the end of this video for funny bloopers and dumb stuff. Okay, now we know you're a grown-up. Welcome to Grow Daddy TV.
Come on! Grow Daddy TV, come on! From the seedlings to that sticky, stanky harvest, they show it all organic and nice. If you're curious or wanna grow with kindness, Grow Daddy TV just might have some advice. Come on! Come on! Grow Daddy TV, come on! They break it down. Light, water, temperature, and humidity. It's cannabis kindergarten for every grower in the community. Yeah, come on! Come on! Grow Daddy TV, come on! Germination, soil mixing, up pots and LST, defoliation, harvest, and curing properly. So tune in every week to catch the magic. Grow Daddy TV. Come on! Come on! Grow Daddy TV, come on! Come on! Come on! Grow Daddy TV, come on!
Hey everybody, I'm Grow Daddy, aka Patrick, and welcome to Grow Daddy TV. You've made it, yeah you have, you've made it to our 11th season, our 9th episode, and welcome to the channel if you've never been here before. If you guys have, if this is going to be a really good show for one. If you guys just got here, let me let you guys know we're a 4-plant grow here in Canada. We grow organically and legally. 4 is our limit, our plant limit. We grow organically and legally, like I said, and I think a lot of people out there can relate to this. This is just my grow log, you guys, my weekly update on my grow log. But we do a few things that are pretty special in here. We have fun. That's what we do. We have a really good time. But no, we shape the plants, we make them look really pretty.
Yeah, we give you a blow-by-blow weed porn. We
get to know the girls, we give them names, and by the time before we harvest, we've really gotten to know these girls. And I would like to say, you know, our plants, and this is what I just love. It's a love, you guys, and that's what we're doing. We're coming in. I'm journaling my grow in great detail, and we're just coming in. We're talking about my grow right now. And
you've got kind of a style. You got kind of a bonsai type. We call it a scrogless scrog, right?
Yeah, it's scrog's where you put the net, and it's an easy way to do what I'm doing. And I wouldn't say my way is a hard way of doing anything. It's a creative way of growing. You know, I strengthen the branches and I grow without using a scrog. And I do grow also, another thing I do, a lot of different growers, you haven't seen a lot of different growers do it. I really grow up to the top couple nodes on a stem. And I don't grow all these buds or get these big YouTube buds.
But you know what, you get that really super level canopy and you go for like 40 to 50 bud sites right up on top.
Well, I give all of them...
Per 10.
I don't favor buds. I try to give them all the same light. I try to not give one bud, you know, with these taller buds. I really do try to get a really even canopy. And I think that's the most fun I have. It's competing with myself, kind of like I do with golf. You know, you kind of compete with yourself in golf.
Yeah, because we measure our yield. We have goals.
Yeah, we have goals, and we try to get between 5 and 6 ounces a plant of really dense bud. We're not talking about the larfy stuff on the bottom because we don't grow that stuff. We only grow what we like to call muffin tops. Anyways, that's for you guys that just got here. We're here on Sunday morning having a great time. Hope you guys are joining us and you guys become part of our family.
Every Sunday morning.
Every Sunday morning. We do think of all of our subscribers and all of our viewers as family because, you know, we've been together a long time, haven't we, you guys? You know, I do the same thing, but it's not the same thing. You know, and what I mean is I say the same thing every season over and over again, the same things, but it's all slightly different.
It's like one of those reality TV shows where they just have a different cast of new characters every season.
Well, I think it's like, I refer to it, I used to drive truck for a living. And people go, man, don't you hate, you know, and I used to have routes, you know, long routes. You know, I would drive a few hours, you know, up the highway and a few hours. I would drive far away, but I would see different things. I would take the same highways and the same exits and do the same kind of thing, and I would just, it's never felt like doing the same thing, like my grows don't. I feel like I'm improving in my grows, but I guess that's an analogy, right?
Same thing too. You hang around, you come down here, you listen to your Joe Rogan podcast just like you did when you were trucking.
Yeah, I got more than Joe Rogan I listen to though, you guys. I'm not you know, Joe Rogan can only put out so much stuff. But yeah, Joe Rogan's one of my favorite podcasts, but oh man.
Well, and that he was when you were driving truck too, I remember.
Yeah, I had a lot of good shows, but you're right. He was one of my, when he first started his podcasting, I was listening to his first podcast when he started with Red Band, anyways, you guys that don't listen to Joe Rogan, don't even, anyways, let me talk about the timeline in our tent, you guys, you know, that we've had for this grow. Let's start our program, I guess, right?
Yeah, well,
Timeline.
You know, it's the sensitive topic on this whole grow, right?
That's right. Oh yeah. See, and I'm really, I really lit up today, you guys, and I drank coffee. So I don't normally drink coffee.
Kind of revving in neutral, eh?
Yeah, this is water, but I drank a whole thing of this is coffee, and I haven't had coffee in weeks, and I had a cup of coffee and got really toasted. So I'm wired, and I'm in a great mood, and I'm ready to do the show. So let's start talking about what we did in the tent this week and our timeline. Our timeline in the tent. Point to the timeline. Yeah, there's a timeline right here of what we did in the week, you know, what week it is and everything else.
No matter what he says, I'm going to fix it in post.
That's right. It's day 64 from the time we started these girls as seeds. And we just started week 7 of our veg, which means they've actually vegged a full 6 weeks. And I don't even know what to tell you guys besides that's really a long time for us. We're usually about ready to go into flower on our 6th week, maybe 7th. 7th has been a long veg for us.
Gee, that would be a very long, it's 5 to 7 weeks usually.
Generally 5 to 6 weeks.
Sorry, usually 5 to 6 weeks, and I think we've done 4 weeks before.
Yeah,
so.
But if, you know, for you guys that have been here and watching this whole season, you guys know we've done it because we've tried to slow down these girls and we tried to slow down these girls and tried to speed up these girls. We've kind of done a little to get...
We did a light experiment when they were all in one tent together.
Yeah. Go back and look at our previous episodes if you care, because I'll tell you what, it worked.
It did.
It actually worked. I slowed these girls down that were just starting to grow like monsters right off the bat. And these girls were ho-hums, but especially Louise, okay? Louise was a runt from the time she was a week old. And she's been a runt. We know she's a runt. So the idea was to give her more veg time, and we did. We gave them. Look at them. They're the perfect size. We up-potted them just a week ago, and I'll tell you what, they're the perfect size right now, and looking absolutely great for flower in a week and a half to 2 weeks from now. Okay, and so I'm just trying to give you guys a timeline of what's going on in the tent. I think 2 weeks.
In the past, you've tried to kind of like just kind of scramble the little girl. Like we always get a runt, right?
Yeah.
And we usually just try and hurry her up because one of these girls is usually just bursting, right?
Yeah.
Needs to go into flower.
And I'll tell you what, the light experiment worked. These girls are all in sync. They look almost the same size. They're drinking almost the same amount of water. So that's huge, and it's been a huge. It's. I'm telling you, it's going to get us. We waited. It cost us 2 weeks in veg though, because we're going to probably be in veg for 8 weeks, 7.5 to 8 weeks, and I'm thinking maybe 8. I'm thinking maybe 8 weeks is when we'll actually end up flipping. So it cost us 2 weeks in veg. We waited 2 weeks. You know, we didn't just wait 2 weeks. We were proactive in
giving more light to Louise and
nutrition.
Marie.
Remember, right? We'll talk about this in our water segment though. But we have been giving them treats with the water, and we weren't giving these girls treats.
The big girls got nothing.
The big girls got nothing. These girls were getting some treats in their soil. And they were also, what else were they? We were giving them more light. We were giving them the proper par. You know, we were giving them 320 par. What they're getting right now, they were getting 320 par. These girls were getting 260, 280 par.
280.
They were getting 280 par, 50 par less, so they weren't able to grow as fast or as much. The roots, when we did the up pot, the roots looked amazing on all the girls, to be quite honest. I mean, they really did, and they looked very similar. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, maybe we need to talk about this for a second.
Yeah, let's talk about roots.
Roots, okay. I remember I was giving the treats to these girls, right? And not to these girls?
Yeah.
Which one looked the best?
Marie was, her roots were
but
just...
remember, she wasn't exactly what we were calling a runt. Louise was a runt, and we knew she was behind, and she needed some
Her roots were great, like amazing. I'd say the best roots were Marie, then Louise, and then the other two were about equal, I think. I mean,
if you want to look at the roots, go back to next week's episode, last week's episode where we did the up pot. You know, we do the up pot and we show you the roots on all these girls.
I can even put them up on an overlay here.
Let's talk about lights, you guys. We're using a Mars Hydro FC4000 Evo. And I'll tell you what, it's made for a 4x4. Look, it fits a 4x4. And I'm able to run this at 15 inches. I like 15 inches. I think my last light I ran at 16 inches. And if it wasn't a bar style like this, I'd probably be up to 16 inches. I think 16 inches is probably safe for any light you have. But because of the bar style, I think the better light you have, the lower you could put it. Like, there's probably better lights out there than this one. This is a good one, but I'm just saying, if I spent a lot more money, maybe I could get a better light. I don't know. I have no idea, but this was what I was shopping for when I bought this one, and I really like this one.
You know what? Hang on. Zzz. You are stoned. You didn't buy this one.
No, but we don't need to talk about it. We don't need Mars Hydro sent us this stuff.
Thanks, Mars Hydro. We should say thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mars Hydro. I think we show it in the show.
Yeah.
See, I feel a little bit like this. We show it in the show.
Yeah.
And I do genuinely appreciate it and like it, and we talk about it.
And it's a good light. And they sent it to us, no strings attached, just because we do a light segment.
Throwing it out there, you guys.
Yeah.
But in case you guys have a different light and you're trying to follow me because you're trying to figure out where to hang your lights, let me tell you this. We use a meter, a watt meter, and it's plugged into the wall, plugged into the light.
I got a picture of it down here too.
And I can tell you, I have 100 watts coming out of this. Now on here, well, we can't take the camera out yet, then show you, but here, it's under 25, like around 20 is where that's set, 20%. 20%. It's
on the dimmer switch.
It's much more than 20 actual percent. It's 320 watts, so just do the math. It's really like 30%.
Yeah.
Right? But it says 20%. And this one over here, this one looks like it's almost off, and it has 100 coming out. So these dials are not all the same.
Yeah.
And if you're using a different light, if you're using a different light, if it's the same watts I'm using and hanging at 16 inches, you're going to be in the ballpark of where you want to be with your lights. And,
and the converse too, like if someone is trying to say like, oh, just put your dimmer switch to like around half or like around...
a lot of people will say, I put my dimmer switch here, and it's different on even the same lights.
It's useless information.
These are the same lights, and it's you can't say put it at 35% on the light because it would be a completely different wattage.
Yeah, that's useless
giving
information.
You more light.
Yeah.
So, but anybody can follow me using the same watts with any light, and you're going to be in the ballpark.
And those watt meters are cheap.
They're less than $20, something like that. We're hanging on these girls. We're hanging at 15 inches for the rest of the grow.
For all of them, right?
For all of them. Right now they're hanging at 15 inches. They're gonna, even for flower, we leave them at 15 inches, and we just move our wattage, and we will be at 100 watt our entire veg. We've been at 100 watts, and that's where the wattage that we'll be using, hanging at 15 inches. Now, if you look at past episodes, you'll see where some of them we were hanging at 15 and some of them we were hanging at 17. That was something special though. That wasn't normal, and we were doing that to slow these girls down, and it worked. So check out those episodes if you want to slow down a couple girls or something.
I'm wondering how many people want to slow down their cannabis, but you never know.
Not many. We have two tents, and I think with a 4x4 it would be a completely different situation. Because in a 4x4, you could just move things on the floor and really fill up the whole tent. But we really also wanted to give our runt a big chance. What we did was just awesome, and I really love it. And so at any rate, our par hanging here is approximately 320 par at the top of our canopy using that wattage, okay, 100 watts out of these lights. And I'll tell you what, I think the girls love it in veg. And for the most part, we move the light up or down. Well, I don't really have to do anything. I just have to keep this. And the girls seem to all be perfect. They just always seem to be perfect right
Actually, you know what? I didn't even recalculate the par, so never mind the DLI either.
I came up with that because I already knew it. I don't know the DLI off the top of my head, besides I think it's around 19.
Something
if
around.
I'm 19.5, I'm thinking, we've done this how many seasons, how many years?
We should know by now.
By heart, but I'm high, and you're the smart one. For goodness. You're the smart one, Mrs.
No,
Grodaddy.
I'm not.
Oh, I think I crumbled up 2 of them. Oh, that was too many. No, that was just one. That was just one. Let's talk about water now in the tent. I think that covers for us for lights. I'm telling you, that's what it's all about is water. When I can see what the girls are drinking, when I can see what the girls are drinking, I can see their health.
You really bond with them when you're checking their millibars on those blue mat things.
Most mornings I walk down here for 10 or 15 minutes in water. It doesn't take me any time. And we're using, and here's something else we started doing this last week. I'm giving all the girls the good stuff. I think by looking at
Louise and Marie.
Yeah, in our up pot videos because of the roots.
I'm a believer.
I'm really impressed with Louise more than anybody just because she was such a runt. But nevertheless, we did give her a lot of time to grow in those pots. I mean, I'm not going to tell you this stuff is the end all die all because I don't see anything magical happening. Listen, these girls got this water and they look good.
I thought Marie was a little bit on the magical side, but maybe that's
What
just
is
me.
the ROI on it though? Is it worth it?
I think so. If you get an extra 2 ounces, but that's...
Listen, if I use this stuff and we start growing and getting over 6 ounces of dense bud per plant, you'll be able to sell me on this stuff.
In fact, you'll be selling it.
If I continue to get...
We'll do an infomercial.
Now listen, I've had enough grows now to know what I get generally speaking on a plant and the quality of it. Some really good quality, you guys. I just love what I'm doing. I love it. But if I start getting a notch up in my yields, I'm gonna credit it to using this stuff.
Yeah, we'll do an infomercial. Oh, and another thing we wanted to talk, now that we're talking about roots, the cutting of the roots. You actually forgot to cut Louise's roots, and she was looking a tiny bit root bound, so you just pulled her right out.
This is the up.
And yeah.
Right? No, that was last week.
That was last week, but I mean, just in case somebody hasn't seen last week's episode, yeah, you cut those roots when you up pot.
That's because they're root bound, or at least I feel they are. But you know what? There's going to be growers out there. There's going to be horticulturalists out there that are going to see me do this, and they're going to want to yell at me for this, for taking my razor blade and cutting.
Especially because it's just a dirty old razor blade.
But you want to know what?
Don't even
do you want to know what? Look how beautiful they look, you guys. So if you want to argue with me, what the hell are you backing your shit up with? These girls look absolutely fabulous. I cut the shit out of their roots. Let me tell you what, and I also had people in the comments also say I've been growing for 30 years and that's how I do it, and my plants are great. So anyway, this is kind of cool. We're using this stuff. We're kind of experimenting around. If I start getting bigger yields, more food, more roots, more fruits, and that's what I'm doing. This is just for veg, you guys. I'm putting this just in veg just to give the roots, more fruits. Let's see if we can get some more fruits, you guys, and I will report back to you with this stuff. Because people, I'm against this. If you guys don't know, I'm against inputs. I'm just against inputs.
I would say that Grow Daddy is beyond frugal. I think you're a stingy daddy.
It's not that I don't want to be a sucker, okay? And I feel that a lot of marketing out there, and trust me, there's good products, and I'm not saying I'm right. That's why we're doing this. I can be changed. I'm not saying I can't be changed, but I will do. Did I get an amount that explains spending $60?
Do you feel like a chump at the end
Do
of it?
I feel like a chump? Do I feel like I spent $60 for nothing extra? You won't see me put in there if I'm not getting an extra yield, because it's all about the yield. How good's the quantity? How good's our quantity's already is. You're not gonna. I love what I'm growing.
The quality is really good, but our yields kind of always underwhelm us, I'd say.
And we got to talk about millibars during this section, and we should have some sort. Miss Grodag's going to put
I'll put something on the overlay. We do put everything in the spreadsheet that's in the description below. But Grodaddy keeps a very intricate water log. He records the millibars, which is like how dry or wet the soil is.
Like I was starting to get into, and then I got sidetracked, because I'm so high. But nevertheless, the water is the health of the plant, what it's drinking, how much it's drinking, and if one of your plants isn't drinking as much as your other ones, it's just slow in growth. And
it seems like they're kind of all catching up together. Like
they're all drinking about the same, which has made me a very, very
happy daddy.
Very happy daddy. Very happy daddy, you guys. And what else do I want to say? The millibars today we'll show you in our weed porn segment. We'll show you where they're at, and maybe we'll talk a little bit about millibars. But just want to go over it real quick. In our watering this week, we don't have an average for our water this week. What did you come up with for that? Did you come up with anything?
There's no average. They've only been watered a few times, but just a little quick crash course on millibars.
Yeah.
A really, really high number means that the soil is very, very, very dry. And a very low number means the soil is super
Let me
wet.
just give them an idea of how the watering goes. Okay, I would really prefer if these things were continually dripped, water, and it was continually at a moisture, I would probably want it around 70 millibars. They say that's, I've heard other growers that use these things. The moisture level, it would say 70 millibars. Our readings are in millibars, and we'll show you. You can see on the end of the little thing. And the higher the millibars, the drier the soil is. So up to about 120, as you can see the chart, I don't know if she put it over here or here, but if you can see the chart, you can see where it's moist, at what levels the millibars are at when it's moist. And I would have to say, when I'm watering normally, when these girls are drinking up water every day, and I'm giving them a real good dose, like a liter and a half a day of water, their millibars will go from 40 in one day. I'll water them, they'll go from 40 to the next day when I water, they'll be at 250, 300.
And 250, 300 is very dry. And
as you can see, it's very dry, ready for
wet.
a new day of water, but not hydrophobic, and they still have plenty of water. Yeah. I try to get that water in them when they wake up in the morning, bright and early.
Yeah, when they're thirsty, they wake up, Daddy.
Yeah, and like right now, they're sitting in something. Right now, we'll show you the millibar readings in weed porn, but they're all sitting between 50 and 120 right now in millibars. Right now, I watered them this morning. I'm watering them every day now. Up to, I think today was the second day in a row. Prior to this, it's been every other day. You can look at how I've had to water them because they're starting to drink a lot more water already.
Yep, it's going to ramp up.
It's going to ramp up to where I'm giving them a liter and a half a day.
Or two.
Sometimes, we've had 2.5 even.
Yeah, we've had some very thirsty girls.
Yeah, and they all got treats, and I don't bother pHing anymore. So if you guys are wondering about pH, you just have to look. I use ascorbic acid, vitamin C powder. And that's to take my chloramines and my chlorine out of my water. I put some of that in. You only need a little smidge to put in there, and it'll take out everything. You don't need much, but I put a little bit more in there. I put about a quarter teaspoon in there. It brings my pH down in between 6 and 7, and I could just care less about taking that stupid measurement and writing
if it's 6.3 or 6.7, it just doesn't matter.
Well, and there is a lot of debate in the community, and I don't know what the science is. I don't exactly know what the science is. I do know your organic soil will buffer water, and it will bring it to a proper pH for your plant. I do know that. I absolutely know that if you're growing organically. That will not happen if you're growing with salts, synthetics.
In that case, you really have to get your pH right?
That is correct. I just don't know how fast the organic water gets it there. I used to like to water some low and some high.
Well, there's some argument that different nutrients can be taken up by the
at
roots
different pH levels.
Different pH levels. So
exactly.
Varying it a little bit, which I suppose you got variation anyway.
So at any rate, I figured out how much roughly, because my water comes out at between 7 and 8 pH out of the tap, and I roughly figured out in a 5-gallon bucket that a little less than a quarter teaspoon in my 5-gallon bucket drops my pH somewhere between 6 and 7, and I'm just not using the pH pin anymore. My whole thing.
Just not doing it.
I think my whole thing is to just make my grow as easy and as pleasant as it could be, And that's me not having to do measurements on stupid shit. Like we don't put anything in our soil. We put amendments in our soil and we do not put it in our water. Although this season I've been adding this, but it's been super easy to add. I just add what do I know? I just add a little scotch of this and a little scotch of this. I haven't been watering much.
That sounds like you.
Well, yeah, but at some time in veg, when I'm filling up a 5-gallon bucket and they're taking, between the 4 of them, they're taking that whole 5-gallon bucket of water, because they do at a certain point, in veg. When they get right before the flip, I think in 2 weeks, these girls will be drinking so much more water. Then there's actual proper measurements of putting X amount into a gallon.
Per liter, yeah, or a gallon, yeah.
Yeah, and Lance at the store told me this stuff you just put in barely anything. But I did do some reading on it, and I think I'd have to read it again, but I think it was like 2 tablespoons a gallon. 2 tablespoons a gallon. I don't know how much this stuff cost. $40, $50. This stuff would be gone in no time.
Well,
so putting in I'm just saying. We'll see.
Stingy daddy.
Well, okay. I'm spending the extra money because I'll tell you what. If I get a yield, I will report back to you guys if this stuff really helped my growth, because I've done enough grows now that we've. Well,
I'll tell you what. If you end up just loving this stuff, you're really going to have to.
You want to make me love it?
Your words.
Give me over 6 ounces of plant of dense bud, and I will have to eat.
And we
words.
will do a frickin' infomercial.
I will do an infomercial. I'll get people to start sending me fish shit. I'll get people to start sending me their products that I'll try on my girls.
You're like Mikey. Hey, Mikey, he likes it.
You will kind of convince me, and I think that covers all of our water, Mrs. Grodetti. Can you think of anything? Nope. Anyways, these girls are loving life. They're staying in that moist soil now. Anyways, let's talk about something else that I think is important that a lot of people don't talk about or think about. At least they didn't used to. I hear it a little more than I used to when I started growing, but it's VPD, vapor pressure deficit.
You totally blanked out there.
She's laughing because I've said it. I've said it 20,000 times. I used to call it VD. Remember?
VDP. Yeah.
When we first started saying it, I used to call it VDP. But every week I say, okay, our VPD in the tent.
Which is vapor pressure deficit.
There's a chart right here, you
guys,
a chart. And it is where our temperature. You'll see temperature meets relative humidity at a certain point in this chart. When you look at this chart,
and that's your sweet spot.
It's your sweet spot.
It's the zone where you want to be.
The chart will tell you where that zone is in each stage, because there's really 3 different stages of your growth. It's the seedling stage, high humidity, lower temperatures, and then veg, which is very pleasant temperatures, very nice warm temperatures, and still a high humidity, 70% humidity. And where we go to flower, where we'll be down around 60.
And drier.
60 and drier humidity.
And cooler.
60 and drier humidity. And cooler. Yeah, we'll want to be 75. We won't want to be above 75 during our flower.
But it's really about transpiration. It's about the little stomatas opening.
Which I'm so high, I forgot what I was even talking about, but you're absolutely right.
We're talking about VPD and why it's good to be in the correct temperature and humidity intersection, because it's just the climate that the plant wants.
Your plants will photosynthesize, okay, you guys, at a much better pace, which means your plants will grow a lot more vigorously and be a lot better off if you're in these zones. Right now, well, I don't know, I don't want to say right now. I think that thing on the bottom says...
Well, what are you going for in the grow room?
Yeah, I want to say what I'm going for, because we're filming. I'm going for between 65 and 70 relative humidity. Remember, we got swings. We can't just say, but we're going between 60. If we can keep that range between 65 and 70 during veg, that's where we want our relative humidity. And as far as temperatures, we want them between 75 and say 82. That's kind of where we want our temperatures
Fahrenheit.
in veg. Fahrenheit. And that's where I've been running the temperatures. Meaning that at night, it cools down a little bit, and then they start up again the next day, maybe, and then get up to maybe 81.
It's a range, and we've looked at the chart, and we're okay.
Yeah, and the chart, by the way, the chart's still up here, Mrs. Grodetti, because there's kilopascals, are those, you wonder what those numbers are. They're called kilopascals or kPAs. It's a way of telling you the measurement, like, 75 degrees or 27 Celsius. And by the way, I did say we're running a 75 to 82 or something like that, right?
75 to 82 Fahrenheit.
And Celsius is 24 to 27, which I like to say because most of the world, and this is what pleases me to no end, I have people from all over the frickin' world watching this. Means so much, you guys, and you guys shout out.
Oh yeah, this is a good time to say thank you, Gromies. Thank you for the love that you give us, and we love you more.
You don't know how much it keeps us going. We've had a bad week or two, you guys. We have.
We've had morale issues with
We've
staff.
had a bad week. Well, sad, because you know what? YouTube has cracked down on everybody, including us, but they've really cracked down on us, and we don't do any non-restricted material. All of our videos mostly show us talking about, showing plants.
Talking about cannabis.
Hey, you see a lot of guys sitting at a desk talking. You know, they're sitting at a desk.
And they're not using the C word.
They're not using the C word, they're leaving words out, but they're talking about it. And, well, those guys, you know, I respect those guys.
I think we might start doing that.
We're not going to do that. We're going to think of something a little more, what do I want to say? I want to say a little more entertaining.
A little more renegade.
A little more renegade, a little more entertaining, because you know what?
I think you're going to eat your words, because I think we're going to sit you down at the dining room table and get you to talk like that. That's what I think.
I don't think so. Because I don't think so, because I don't think my advice, I don't feel like giving advice. I just don't, because I just don't feel confident enough to give out any real advice.
That's it. Are you ready for some?
Yeah.
Ready for some?
Yeah, I guess I got it all. It's all. I'm ready for some porn. Weed porn. Boy, that was, what do you call it? Freudian slip, wasn't it? Okay, let's go check out our weed porn segment. This is where we show you the girls. And I got to tell you guys, these girls, this week, epic. They're absolutely epic, you guys. I'm excited. I'm excited because I haven't really touched them. You know, when I put them in the pot last week, you know, I did a little quick training. We did it. I think the same clips are still in these girls. I've just let them grow.
Yeah.
I've just let them grow freestyle. I don't know if
in their big girl pots.
You know what? I might have come down here and taken over a couple branches through the week. But most of these, look, where is it? Oh man, I'll tell you. Check this out. There's no clips in here, and I usually have more than that fits in here. And there's no clips in here. That means they're in all these girls. So we got a lot of clips in these girls. I don't know how much training I'm going to do in this weed porn segment, but if you guys want to fast forward through this because you don't like it, I think it's going to be a long. No, we're not going to defoliate.
No, we're not. So
I think we will. We'll take out the clips. We'll do a little training. We'll tie things down because we really don't have any ties. If we need ties, we're just going to do what we need to do. And if you want to fast forward through this, go right ahead. This is. I'm not going to feel rushed either because
this is for the beginners.
This is my Bob Ross moment where I just get to paint. I just get to do my art.
It's a long show.
And if you guys want to watch it,
it's a long, slow show.
I would love to watch somebody doing this. So I hope there's other guys. I know there's other people out there that love watching people in their garden. I absolutely love it. Let's go check out some weed porn, you guys. Come on! Okay, guys, we made it. We made it to our weed porn segment. Let's take a really good close look at the girls. I'll tell you what, they look absolutely gorgeous. Louise and Marie. Louise is a Quebec black bud, and Marie is Runtz. And I'll tell you what, these two girls are ready to be trained. But I'll tell you what, the foliage on them looks absolutely great. I'm so happy to look. Let's go take a really close look and let's dive into Louise. We're gonna do a little training on her and really get a good look at her. Come on. Hello, Louise. Louise is our Quebec black bud from Quebec Cannabis Seeds. And she, well, what can I say? She was what we called the runt. She's no runt anymore though. She's got the roots like the rest of the girls. And she's really looking pretty strong actually. Looks like she's about ready for some defoliation. We might take off a couple of these bottom leaves, but we're not gonna do a lot of defoliating today. I'll do it tomorrow or the next day. And we will put it on film and show you guys. Today, all we want to do today is take out some of those clips, and I like to call them curlers. Take out some clips. We're going to take out some clips, and I think we're going to put in some clips, and we might tie down a couple branches. Let's just take a look at her and see what we can do to her, you guys. Let's start by first showing you guys. We looks like do we clip like that? Might have been. Where did we go?
You've done your third pinch now.
I've done my third pinch. No
more pinching.
Yeah, I don't know. This one almost looks like, it was done so a while ago. Wow. I got another 2 weeks if I really want to take a pinch.
You could?
Here's what they look like.
You could get a fourth.
And I think I've missed a couple.
Here, stay still for a second. I want to show that one. That's a pinch. And there's another.
Right there's a pinch. There's a lot of pinches. I've made them all over the canopy where I've got the second pinch. But look at this bud right here. I didn't get a pinch on this one. You see where I didn't get a pinch on these two?
Let's see. I can't see it.
Right here. See?
Oh, you didn't take that one?
I didn't take it. So you know what? I just see, and both of these. See both of these two. See, I pinched here, and that's how I got these two stems. And you know what? I think I got a week and a half to 2 weeks. So I'm not going to take it. I could take this one on the very, very top. I'm not going to. I'm going to pinch it down a little bit. I'm going to pinch it right here and see how I'm pinching down here? So I'm going to do this. I'm going to take these off right there.
Wow.
Okay, and I'm going to do it to the other one right next to it and do a pinch. I got a week and a half left, so that they'll have time to grow out and have those. I missed a couple pinches, but we just want more pinches because we want a bit better chance of getting more buds on top. So what I want to do right now, Mrs. Grow Daddy, is I just kind of want to go around the plant and see what I want to tie down. Well, first we have to take out all the clips. Let's find all these clips, and I'm going to pop them out real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to pop them out.
She's kind of bushy. She's kind of a bushy girl.
They're all really bushy right now because they all need to be defoliated really bad.
Well, I find Colette is just a little more sparse. Like you can kind of see into her a little bit better.
Now, okay, let me just. These clips are in. Now, most of these clips have been in for a week. You know, I put them in when I first did the transplant. Last week I put all the clips in and just got the girls, training a little bit, I think, after a day or so after we filmed last week. So, okay. Is that all the clips? No, that's not all. The clips are everywhere. Yeah, we've got really clipped down. So we just want to go left. Look at all these clips. Okay. Any more? Any more? Any more? Any more?
Can't see any from the top.
Okay, so now let's look at it and let's start thinking what we want to do. Well, now take it a level.
Free.
Look at level. What we want to do is we probably want to bring things down to here. You see, we want to bring things down to this level here for sure. We're a little high. So we're going to get things out here. And remember, these leaves are going to turn up to this. So we're going to be at about this level, and we'll just get everything. So watch how we move this down. All right, real quick. And some of it I'll use ties, and some of it I'll use clips. And I think.
Let's see if I can catch you putting it in.
I think I'm going to tie this one. It's a pretty good sized branch. And
just lasso that girl.
Yeah, just going to lasso her. And I'm going to lasso her right here for now. Right here underneath these two bigger ones.
Not right at the top of that stem.
No, not right at the top of the stem. It's going to be more like this. You see I did that, and then I'll just bring it down like that? And these girls will grow up, and they're going to be like this. That's what they're going to end up looking like. And then I'll take a clip to some of these inner branches here. Let me clip this one.
Now go slow.
Yeah, that one doesn't.
Don't go too fast. It's okay. There's no rush. This is Bob Ross, remember?
Oh, I should take off some of these leaves while it's here. And you got to find a place long enough to put this in at. See, it's not right there. Right there. There we go.
There we go, Louise.
Now that's going to turn up. Okay,
Yeah.
that will turn up, you guys, and in just a few hours. And let's just see what we got.
Yeah, she's going to look kind of like deformed after you get done with her here. But yeah, it just takes a couple hours till the stems and the leaves right themselves. It's like a sailboat, I remember going on sailboats and the whole sailboat to turn it would just almost go right onto its side, and it's very freaky. Or a motorcycle, like your motorcycle, right?
Yeah.
But it just goes right back up.
And this can be a slow process of just going around and checking out how to move this one. This is kind of the fun of it for me. And if I don't want to be slow because I know I'm on camera, but I also don't want to rush through it. Just want to push these branches. I want to push them where I want them, and I want to be very slow so I don't break branches. Because when you start going quick, you break branches. Okay, you guys, you got to really make sure your branch wants to bend. You can kind of feel it. You get a feeling for it after a while. And Mrs. Grow Daddy's just kind of watching me, trying to get what I'm showing. But I hope you're getting some of this, Mrs. Grow Daddy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me get that leaf out of your way.
Yeah, thank you.
Put that right there.
You are showing the camera.
Yeah. Let's have no broken stems. Let's have no broken stems this session, you guys. I think I've only broken one stem thus far, not many. And then we'll take just some of these ones and just knock them down. Knock them down.
And I always say this just in case anybody's not seen our earlier episodes, that we have links to these plant clips in our description, and you can shop for them anywhere. They have
they're just on
all
Amazon.
different kinds. Yep.
But they do. You can buy bud clips, and bud clips are something that somebody started printing off and thought he could sell and make a lot of money, and he's selling them. You know what? In fairness, I think those bud clips are overpriced, and I'm going to say it. They're just overpriced.
Well,
I don't care. I know these.
Who knows? Maybe the tariffs will take care of that.
All I'm trying to say is, and the reason why I think bud clips are so overpriced, because literally, look what you're dealing with. It cost them 2 cents to make one of these. I get it. It's an American company. I get it. I hear the arguments. It's an American company. But let me tell you something, okay? American company. What do you think? They probably have illegal workers, making the damn things. And what do you think's printing?
I don't think so. I think it's just
You think somebody's sitting there handcrafting each one of these?
No. It's just a machine.
Look at me. I got on a rant, Mrs. Grodet. I didn't mean to get on a rant, but you know what? That's how I feel.
You just don't like to pay more, but like I said...
I just don't like to pay more. No, some things are just nutty, stupid expensive. And those bud clips to me, what do you get? 20 of them in a box? 10 of them in a box? I got 100 of these things. I got hundreds. I need hundreds of them. I got hundreds of them.
Well, some people like to support domestic
violence?
Manufacturers.
Okay,
domestic violence.
Okay, I don't support that.
You're such a nut.
Mrs. Grodaddy. Oh, we don't want. That's how we broke that
last one. Ooh, yeah. Watch out.
Be careful, Mrs. Grodaddy. I don't like that at all. I don't like it. Let's put it down a little bit. Oh, there we go.
Scary.
Oh, there we go. Oh,
that worked.
That worked.
That was magnificent.
Now, this is going to look. Now, let me tell you what. This thing's going to look really rough. Okay, and then in 2 hours from now, she's going to pop up and be one of the most beautiful things on the planet. And you can see that she needs a little defoliation, okay? You can obviously see she's just a bushy.
She kind of is.
Bushy girl. And you want to know what? Let me tell you what. In another week or two, she's really going to want to put on her bikini, and she's going to want to get rid of all the bush. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, you do trim them nicely.
Well, you really do. Make sure before they go into transition. That's right. We have girls that want to but you know what? They transition from, what do they transition? They're already
from little girls into
no, they're not
young
little girls.
ladies.
That's it. That's a transition they're doing. They're not doing one of those really wild transitions. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you're just hell bent on covering some.
I'm just ranting.
Weird topics.
I'm just
today,
ranting.
Huh?
I'm thinking of things to talk about. I don't have anything. That's how boring of a guy I am. I'm just sitting here trying to make up shit as I'm sitting here.
Well, I think I will just
I'm not a red pill though. Just FYI.
I feel like no, you're a black pill, baby.
I'm black pilled. I'm not red pilled.
But I would like to narrate this and just tell anyone who, in case you're listening and not watching, GrowDaddy is slipping on these plant clips all over the canopy.
Are you going to get back and
Louise.
look at it? Get back and look at the levelness of it.
Okay, let's look at it from the top. And it's really transforming this plant, just transforming it. Let's look from the side.
Hang on. Well, she's got a lot of clips, but I think she needed them. So
I'm not going to be okay.
One more. Hang on. One more. That's what happens when you're doing this. Is all of a sudden it's one more. You see, it makes it.
I love how GrowDaddy says, "Get it from the side," and then he puts his arm right
over you. Oh,
yeah,
I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Okay, I think we're done. Oh, hang on. I got a couple more. This is what's hard, you guys. It's just one more. It's always, I tied this branch down, but I still think I want to take this down.
You're really going for canopy coverage. Like you want to fill up that entire 2 by 2 foot by 2 foot area.
Oh, every time I turn around, I just want to take one over.
It's kind of addictive, huh?
It's very addictive. But you know what?
I did it when you were in Vegas that time, and I've got to say, it's like, I just
here. Now look at it. Now get back and look at it, and I'll show you how flat that is. More or less. And a lot of stuff will come up, and you know what? In a couple hours, you'll see the canopy, and you may want to make some adjustments, with the clips, or tomorrow make some adjustments with the clips. But you can see how everything looks on that. And we only used one tie. Did we use a tie? We didn't use a tie. Yeah, we did. We used one tie right here. That's the only tie we have on right now. Can you see it? That's the only tie.
It's the only one.
Yeah, right now.
In the whole pot.
But we'll see as the grow goes. Sometimes we'll use more ties, sometimes we'll less. Each plant is, they're an individual. No plant, that's what's awesome about these plants is, you know, I'm doing 4 plants every season and they're just not the same plants. They're different every single season. They're like new personalities.
It's true.
It's pretty.
No two are the same.
It's pretty fucking cool. I love you already, Louise, and you've been. What can I say? You've
been a good girl.
You've been a really good girl this season, and you've really helped the show out by, well, I guess by being a runt and us making you not a runt. You know, because we're showing some other people how to be patient in their grow and how to take their time. That a week or 2 extra in veg may get you a lot of extra weight. So between doing what we did, increasing our veg and slowing a couple plants down to allow her grow, I think we're going to allow a bigger yield. And then now we're using a few things in our soil to see if that helps our yield, and we can achieve over 6 ounces a plant, which is very, for us, it's aggressive because we're getting just some plants will get 6, some will get 5.5.
Some will get 3 point something.
A runt. Well, we've had some runts that have gotten not quite and gotten 4 ounces, and that literally hurts my feelings to know that I didn't do everything I could to make to get a girl. You know what that does? It crushes her because she's going to. She's
kind of not getting a chance.
She's not going to university like the other girls. She's the one that probably left swinging on the pole. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you guys, let's go do this to Marie. She's going to be a whole different beast. Okay, you guys, because she's got her all. That's what's so unique when you're training these girls. Some are bushier, some have more stems, but they're all very, very unique, and they're just a lot of fun. And I hope some of you guys, you know, have fun like me training the girls. Love you guys. I absolutely do love you guys for watching me. Look at me. That's a drunken thing you would say.
Love you, man.
Love you guys.
Love you guys.
But I am feeling that gratefulness, you know. I really am. Let's go take a look at Marie, you guys. Come on. Hello, Marie. Marie is our Runtz from Quebec Seed Company. And I got to tell you, she's kind of an average girl with her growth. I mean, she's
a runt, but she's not a runt.
Yeah, but we have grown her. She should be bigger. She's actually turned into it, but her roots are great and they're the same as everybody else. So I feel as though maybe she was a bit of a runt and we didn't really call her a runt. But look how stunning she looks.
Yeah, she does look fantastic.
She's absolutely stunning,
she's got
Mrs.
these
Grodaddy.
big fat indica leaves too.
Oh, you know it. She also needs to be defoliated, you guys. You can see the bottom needs to be defoliated. In a couple days, I'm going to defoliate her. I don't think it's necessary to really take off any leaves today. You know, because I'm going to take them off tomorrow or the next day in a defoliation.
And if you do give her a little training, you'll be able to see the leaves a little. You'll see what you got. And
remember, I am going to show the video of this either on a standalone or with our episode next week. So definitely look on our, for our content if you guys are interested.
Yeah, get notifications if you're interested.
Yeah, and seeing, exactly the process that I use for defoliating. I've already explained why I'm going to start doing it. Let's first start talking about we got a lot of clips in her. And these clips, look at some of these clips. That's tight. That's been in there for a week. Ooh. These clips have been in here for a week since we did the up pot last week. So they're going to be tight. And I got to tell you, she has really grown.
Can I see that one where it was?
Well, you can watch all these other ones.
Okay, I just want to
look at. They're all. Can you see that one?
I want to see one where
look at this one. Here's one.
Let's see.
But you want more of a bend.
Where it bend.
You want more of a bend. That was one, but that bent this one down. But you know what? Let's find one. We got more. Here's one right here.
An extreme.
How about that one? Is that a good one?
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now take it out.
I'll take it out. Okay. And that's a week in there. Now it's nice. It's a nice bend. You can leave them in there for 3 days. They'll still work. You can move them around because trust me, if you just bought bud clips and they gave you 10 or 20 of them, you'll run out of these things really fast, and you'll feel like you need to take these out every 2 days. But they've been in for a week now.
Well, that looks like an extreme bend.
They all are, Mrs. Grody. Now I got to take these out. These guys are going to get tired of watching me take these out. So let me just take these out real quick and run around her. And they're all extreme bends because they've all been in here a week. And we don't need to see them all. Just look at me.
It is your art.
Yeah, and we just quickly take them out. It doesn't take very long. It would if I had to film every single one of them to take out, though. So it's just a matter of getting these out. And then what we're going to do is we're going to reclip a week later. We're taking these out and we're reclipping. We'll be moving these clips out farther on the branches, and maybe we'll be doing some tying too. Maybe we'll tie down a couple stems. Let's just see where we're at with training this girl. Yeah, these are all way on the inside. So this plant's grown out so much since I put these in. See, as you can see down there? They've just grown out a lot. She looks really good. Not as bushy. I mean, she's bushy, but not like Louise. Like I said, she's got a little different. She's got some really nice thick. I think I got them all. She's got some really nice thick stems. I really like seeing the thick stems.
Because those are going to hold up some fat buds, huh?
Yeah, and she's lovely. I don't want to do anything to her, but we need to, you guys, because we got to get her to fit in her section of the tent, and we've just got to do it.
Spread her out.
Yeah, and you can see some of our buds are about this high in the middle. They're going to grow up, so we kind of want to get everything down here. See, look at the level. Look at the level. So we want to get everything like down here. Okay, that's where we want to tie everything down to today. So let's start working on it, and let's just go at it with some clips. And as we're going through here, I just found another clip. So if we find any more clips, we'll just take them off and reposition them. So I'm going to start with the tallest one. I'm going to kind of look at the tallest one. Here's another clip. This is what I'll still find clips in here. So what you really want to do is start with the tallest one that you want to lean over, and then it just comes. They all look, it's obvious which one you'll do next. You'll do this one, boom. You put them in quick. Could put them in quick. As long as the branch, you can tell by the branches you're working with. Sometimes there's a little more tricky, and sometimes you know that the plant is very malleable. Like they are. Look at these stems feel very, very stretchy, like just some real easy. Yeah, nothing. So you can kind of tell.
Pliable.
Very pliable. If they're stiff, be careful. Just be careful if they're stiff. We may tie a couple of these down, like I said. So you just look for the next highest one. The next one, bring these branches out. Oh, she's just beautiful. I love her green growth. It's just beautiful. She's
got a lovely complexion, doesn't she?
Big leaves. She's got big leaves, and
yeah.
Which big leaves? They say big leaves, big heart. I think she's got a big heart. She's our Runtz, by the way, and remember the Runtz is the one. I tried Runtz when I was in Vegas, and I really enjoyed it.
I thought that was Biscotti that you tried.
It was. The Runtz is the one. Nope.
The Runtz, we've had lots of strains, I think, in the past that had an ancestor that was a Runtz.
Yeah, probably the sweeter strains, but the Runt is what I've been watching people grow on the internet for the last couple of years, the Runt strain, and kind of wondering what it was. So I was kind of surprised that I think Skittles is one of the crosses. It's got a lot of really sweet, what I tend to like are the sweeter strains,
yeah,
the fruity strains.
We were thinking because it was a shorter plant, but it's actually because there's a kind of candy called Runtz.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and so actually I think it's right up my alley, and I'm really gonna enjoy it. So we're just bending branches, putting in clips, you guys. And like I said, you'll come back in a few hours or tomorrow, and you'll see, where your branch
back up.
You'll see where your branches ended up, okay? And then you can change that if you don't like it.
Like a motorcycle.
The awesome thing about doing this, you guys, you can direct the branches out in directions that you want them to go, and you can create that two by two square for where it's going to be taking, what area it's going to be taking up in the tent, and you can fill that square, and you can get the biggest yield possible. And that's what we're striving to do. We, like we always say, we grow muffin tops. We love to grow muffin tops. Muffin tops make the world go around.
Makes your world go around.
It's the best. I mean, because I'm smoking nothing but the best, and I'm giving away nothing but the best, and I'm making oil in my concentrates with nothing but the best, and I'm trimming nothing but the best. Let me tell you what. It will change your whole game growing nothing but the best. When you're growing larf, it adds pain. I don't care what you tell me, you larf growers out there. You larf growers that are growing larf, I know you guys secretly are in a lot of pain.
Not necessarily. Like some people like us, we used to trim it all, trim the larf. I think a lot
suckers.
It makes me feel like a chump trimming larf, but a lot of people just throw it in a bucket and
watching all those YouTubers with those big old huge larfy buds, and they look beautiful. And they, your dream in fantasy land, those things are fat and dense. That's fantasy land. That's where you're at. Hey, listen, and I can't listen, you guys. Some of these guys that are growing with salts and extreme lights and extreme CO2 and stuff, they're pulling it off. I'm not going to tell you they're not, but they have a fucking science degree, you guys. They literally have a science degree in growing.
This is just easier.
If you're a new beginner, knock it off. Stop pretending. Okay, stop pretending. Okay, you guys, you need a nice, you just need a nice organic grow. That's all you need. And look, she's done. She's done. Now check her out. Check her out.
Let's
look how flat that canopy is. Now it was up here. It was up here, okay?
Yeah.
And you can see how it's got a nice level. And all these leaves are going to turn up. We're going to have to wait until tomorrow to really look at all those curlers. Those curlers are going to be in here. I'm guessing at least 3-4 days, maybe longer. It depends on how fast she's growing. But she's been growing at record speed, okay? All of them have. She looks absolutely lovely. Who's next in the tent, Mrs. Gordetti?
Well, Chantal is next.
Chantal, and Chantal is our, what is Chantal? Chantal is, what is she?
Biscotti.
She's our Biscotti. And let me tell you what, these next two girls seem a little bigger, they have more, they're all drinking, we've shortened them up a little bit, but I'll tell you what, these next girls, they look like they're going to be some work to defoliate. We're not going to defoliate today though, you guys. We'll be defoliating in a couple days, just telling you that again. She looks unbelievable. I'm so happy with the way Marie looks. I love training her. Each girl is different, you guys. They're not the same. Some you'll enjoy training more. I would normally take off these lower leaves, you guys. See these lower leaves? See these lower leaves? They can come off. But since I'm going to defoliate in a couple days, I just don't want, I want her to
let her rip.
I just want to let her rip and not worry. And by the way, all these tie downs and stuff, no stress whatsoever to the girl. So it is not slowing her down in growth. This is actually what you would call low stress training. The girl is just not going to slow her down doing this kind of training at all unless you start breaking branches. So Marie, you look beautiful. I'm so proud of you. You look absolutely gorgeous. You are our Runtz in the tent. Let's go take a look at our next girl, and we'll also see what we need to do to clean her up a little bit as far as our stuff. So come on! Hello, Chantal. Chantal is our Biscotti from Quebec Seed Company, and I'll tell you what, like I was saying earlier, Vegas. I tried her from I tried Biscotti. When I went to Vegas from a dispensary, I never get a chance to really go to the dispensaries, and I really liked it. So that's why we're growing Biscotti.
Give her a spin?
Absolutely. So she's kind of bushy in the middle. She's really bushy in the middle. Needed defoliation. Look at all these bud sites. They're just all over the top.
This is a big difference between the little girls and the big girls. As I'm looking at the bud sites.
It's genetics. I think it's more genetics or the genetics of a certain kind of plant, because some just seem to end up with, some plants just end up with more stems to grow from, and some are sparser. And she just happens. I even see some stuff that didn't get pinched. I mean, that's not pinched.
Let's see.
It got pinched once.
Can I?
Twice.
Where? There?
Right here. That didn't get pinched. You see? The last time it got pinched was down here. Here's the V. And that must have been the first pinch.
Oh boy.
Maybe the second pinch. Do you see? So there's stuff that didn't get pinched. I can clearly see.
Oh, she smells like cannabis too.
I can tell you, I pinched a lot off of her, and I don't need to pinch anymore because I see all the bud sites up on top. So she's got a lot of stuff. But she has been pinched 3 times. It looks like I've missed a few things. Nevertheless, you guys, let's start by taking out all of her clips and then trying to get her down. We're going to try to get her down like this. See, these center ones are about this height. There's center ones that, see, the center is kind of lower. We're going to try to get everything down a little bit below them, and maybe even take these down a little bit is what we're going to end up doing. So let's start by taking out the clips. They've been in there a week. Look how much smaller the stems are. Can you see this?
Smaller than Marie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marie had some really, and that's just genetics. I mean,
Marie's thick.
She's thick. She's got what a lot of people would probably call cake.
I don't know what that means.
She's got a lot of cake. Yeah, she's got a lot of cake. Looking really good. A lot of clips too, I think. And these clips were all put in last week when we did here's a good size stem that I'm taking it out of. And you can see how that's kind of fitting in there a little tighter. But nevertheless, these clips have been in a week. Sometimes these clips only stay in a couple days. It really depends on how fast the plant's growing and how fast I need to move the clips so I could use them because, like I said, I have a lot of clips.
You don't have an unlimited supply.
I get to where I use them all up in the jar, and then I just go, okay, we're just going to have to not clip anymore. We might have to tie down a couple things. Or
remove some of the ones that have been there.
Or remove some of the ones that have been there and move them out to more branches. And just kind of going, there's some clips, they're just all over the place.
This one is really fragrant though. I mean, I really smell a lot more smell.
Oh, interesting.
Than the other ones. Don't you?
Yeah, but it's more of a it's not a flavor. It's more of a
disturbed cannabis.
It's more of a disturbed cannabis, like the hemp. It smells like hemp, as it were. Yeah, that's probably a word for it.
It doesn't smell flowery.
No, it smells.
They're not
smells
flowery.
Hempy, and I think we got them all. Yeah, we got all the clips, and if we find one or two in there, we'll do it. So now we're to a point now. Now look at the shape we have on her now. She's like.
Hang on, let me get back.
Can you see?
Yeah.
She's kind of a rectangle.
Do you want to give her a spin?
Yeah, she's kind of a rectangle. Do you see how she's kind of hanging over these two ends a little bit? Do you see she's almost a rectangle? We're going to turn her into a square. She's kind
of a slice,
We're going to turn her into a square by moving some of this stuff this way, and we'll just move what we're going to end up is trying to make her a square and get her branches down.
I think that's because she just can't, like when they were 4 of them in the tent, she was having to get squeezed a little, right?
Yeah, and we have tie downs on her, and we're going to keep the tie downs where they are and maybe tie down. These tie downs have been on her for a week, and as you can see, there's a couple big stems that we wanted to get down. And this is see where this bud is? Get back a little bit and I'll show you. If you really get back, where you can see the level canopy from over here a little bit, okay, and you get back, this is about the level we want the canopy to be at. You see? We want to bring the whole canopy down to about this level right here. Just to show you guys where we're at, and we got the tie down on this one here. So we even know what stem it is that we're on. Now you can see this has got a tie down on, but she's got one of the tallest branches. And that's where we're going to just start. And we're going to start by going, this is on one side or the other from the rectangle. And what we're going to start doing is moving some branches out this way so we can create a square. Okay, and we'll do that. We can do that with clips and we can do that with ties if we need to. So if we can bend one of these branches this way with a clip.
And you're not going to do any...
Look at that. I just bent that branch over in that direction.
Let's see. Oh, I see.
You see, you can move these things not just down, you can move them over. And you can also tuck them around other things and do other things. So we're going to do a couple of these branches in this sideways motion, not necessarily down motion, but as you can see,
just to improve the shape, because rather than being a slice like a rectangle, she's going to be a square.
Correct. And we got to do the same thing with this side. So we're almost splitting it this way, where we'll do some of these down here like this, and some like this. This one's good right here. See, we're kind of moving our branches out this way.
Yeah, she was kind of like, she was. She was just having to occupy kind of a slice of the tent when they were 4 of them in there.
That's right.
And now we're just going to spread that out.
That's right. And she's going to be, she's
a really good plant. Wow.
She's going to be a square. In the end, she's going to be a 2x2 square, not a circle. She's going to fit this entire square that she gets.
I don't think you'll have any trouble coaxing her to grow because she really wanted to go and Daddy didn't give her enough light. He was like, Chantal, you're going on a PAR diet. That's it.
She's been on a PAR diet. I love that. I love that way of putting it.
I think that's funny, don't you?
I love but it's true. She was on a PAR diet.
Just slowed her down.
Not giving her as much PAR as everybody else.
And it didn't really hurt her or anything like that. It just slowed her right down so we could all wait for Louise.
And now they all have about the equal amount of roots. So we'll be flowering them at the same time. And this is a big thing, just looking at the next tallest one and pointing in a direction we want it to go.
This really is, I've got to say, I try not to play favorites, but I don't know if it's this one or Colette, but like, wow, Chantal's so nice.
I think you're going to really like Chantal as well.
Yeah. I usually go for the underdog, you know?
Well, I don't think either of these girls are the underdog.
No, Louise
is the
Louise
underdog.
is the underdog. But
So if you want to go for an underdog and actually win this season, you will root. So do you see, can we see that? Let me look at it from the top. I was looking at it from the side. I like to get a good top. Now, do you see how it looks more like a square now? A little bit more, or like a circle, and it'll turn into a square eventually in the corners. And sometimes I'll stand over it, and I'll start actually working on it from the top and getting and moving stuff over. And I can't because Mrs. Grodaddy is taking up the whole top and unable to move my big hands, you know, in front of her.
there you go.
And I think that's good. I think we're done with her. Let me just look at her from this level. Oh, there we go. See, look at this. Pretty flat canopy, Mrs. Grodaddy. Pretty flat. And that's what we're aiming for. This is gonna come up. I'm gonna put another clip on this. And then, do I need any more? Pretty thin stem. And
Want to give her a spin?
yeah. And then also make sure and look at the flatness of the canopy, because that's what we're trying to
That's
achieve.
what we're doing.
So you can see, you guys, we get to move the branches wherever we want them. We're training them where to go, and we're going to fill up a 2x2 square with this.
It's a total bonsai type of
And
hobby.
Yeah, and then we're going to flip them to flower, and then we're actually going to do some great things as far as maybe reducing a little bit of the stretch that we started doing, so we get some little shorter plants by reducing the stretch a little bit. We're working on some stuff that I think is pretty top-notch.
Pretty
stuff.
bonsai.
It's not only bonsai, but it's bullseye. It's absolute bullseye in the tent, because I'll tell you what, you guys.
Feeling very confident this morning, aren't you?
You know what? I'm feeling confident every season, and like you guys will, if you guys are beginners, you guys, and you experienced guys out there, you know what I'm talking about. Every grow seems to give you more confidence in what you're doing, and it's really fabulous to feel that, because you can do things with confidence, grow things with confidence, and expect a certain result and get it, and it's really nice because it'll lead you to do other things. And we're hoping, like I said, we're hoping to get our biggest yield yet, just because of why, Mrs. Grodaddy?
Taking a little extra time.
Time and veg. Okay, that's it. That's it for Chantal. Chantal looks absolutely amazing. Check her out. She's nice and flat. Remember, everything's going to grow up. We'll have to adjust a little bit, maybe tomorrow or the next day, or even later on today. We'll adjust with a few clips or a few ties if we need them. Didn't need any more ties on her right now, but remember, in 2 days, we're going to peel off leaves. We're going to lollipop. We're going to defoliate. We are really going to do a good job defoliating her for the most part. And we're gonna have her just keep her in shape for a couple weeks until we flip. That's the plan. Just letting you guys know the plan. Next girl in the tent is, last but not least,
Colette.
Hello, Colette. Colette is our frosted gelato from Quebec Cannabis Seeds, and I really, really, really like her spacing of her nodes, and I love a structure on a plant that allows it to grow this style, because this is a real easy training. I think Marie is a really fun one to train too. She's just more open and spacey.
Yeah, it's not as cramped.
A lot of bud sites on top, you guys. You can see where we, well, there's some bud sites that I might even have to pinch a couple more. Where's the pinches at? I'm not seeing them. Yeah, right here. Right there. I might have to pinch a couple today, though. I got 2 weeks, so there's still time to make a pinch.
You could do another pinch. Usually it's 3 pinches.
I wouldn't call it doing another pinch. I would say pinch stuff that I missed, because I can see a lot of bud sites that I missed. Yeah.
Is that a stoner thing, or was that on purpose, or
No,
what?
you got a lot of stuff. You're gonna miss them. But I can pinch a few more of these if I want to, and I still have a couple days in the window, because you want to pinch these things.
So what about this?
A week and a half to 2 weeks
see
before
that one
you
there? Okay, wait.
Yeah.
That one there that I'm got in the
This
camera.
one? Yeah.
Are you gonna pinch
That's
that?
not pinched.
It's not pinched. Are you
It's
gonna?
not pinched.
Are you
No,
gonna,
because you see the stem? Do you see the thickness of it? I kind of like to look at that too. And you see this one? Look at the thickness of it. Much thicker.
So you might pinch the thick one.
Yeah, because it's going to make 2 stems and it'll be stronger and hold more bud. Do you see? Look at this one right next to it. Same, it came off of this one, but this stem is smaller. I don't think I would do this one. I think I would do this one. So you can kind of use a little common sense, or at least I like to think these. I might pick a couple of these. I might still. It looks like I got some bud pinching to do on her if I want more buds, because it looks like I missed a lot of buds. It just does. I mean, this was a week ago. Look
you
at
were
the growth.
kind of going like, well, we're not going to flip for a while anyway.
Well, it's going to be 2 weeks. I still have time to pinch the ones I missed. But remember, she's going to get defoliated too. She'll be lollipopped and defoliated, but she's not going to need much work at all. I mean, I could take her down in 10 minutes, but we're not going to. You're going to have to tune in and keep track. Let's first start, you guys, by taking out all the clips. And again, we're going to bring our limbs down quite a ways, and we're going to really flatten her out and do what we've done to the other girls. So let's start by removing some clips, you guys. And these stems are big. I mean, these stems, these clips that have been in for a week are pretty locked into here.
And she's quite square, actually. She's not as...
It's rectangular.
Yeah, she's not as much of a slice out that Chantal was.
Interesting.
She is quite more symmetrical.
Well, and some of that training was just done last week. Look, I've got some of the branches pointing over this way. As you can see, I've already, it's just on how early we started them in the right direction and stuff, and where you put the branches, it could help your canopy size. And getting it to fit in its spot is...
Oh, she's more symmetrical. This is a beautiful plant. Oh.
That's what I'm saying. Just lovely.
Is she your favorite?
I really enjoyed Marie. Marie is really, seems so far she's really fun. Really a fun kind of a plant to play with. And that's what we're talking about. Some of your kids, it's a lot like your kids. Your kids, sometimes some of the kids,
sometimes the best looking one is just too serious.
Sometimes playing with your son, football or baseball or doing some of the stuff that you're reliving, is more fun than playing dollhouse or tea party with your. It doesn't mean you're not going to do it. And we do things for our girls, like look at here. We start with one of the taller branches. We're starting it. We're just going around her. We're putting in clips. And if we need ties, we'll do them.
And this one here, because I think she's got longer nodes, right?
She's got longer nodes, but
just makes the training like.
And here's where I'll put a tie
easier.
in. I'm going to put a tie in here, Mrs. Grode, because I can do I got a lot of branches here. I would need to curl over, and I could kind of solve my problem with one tie, and that's kind of when I will use a tie, is when it just seems to work a little better.
So like hitting 18 birds with one stone.
Yeah.
Right?
See, I'm gonna tie down a main branch way in here. Can you see in there? You probably can't. It's way in here. I'm going to tie this down right here. You can see that on the camera? Okay. I'm going to tie this main branch. Look how it stretched out, how long it is. Okay.
Oh, you're going to tie it close to the base, huh?
Pretty much, just because I'm taking down the whole branch. And I'm trying to figure out where that branch is. She's really... There we go. Right through there. And, I don't have my glasses on. That's what was the problem. That's what my problem is. I took off my glasses. I can't see anything. Okay.
We can pause.
And there we go. Let me see. Watch what it does.
Oh,
back here.
I'm going to watch it from the top.
Okay. It'll go like that.
Yeah, opens it right up.
Not only that, but now look at it from the side. Okay, and I'm going to show you. It was up here. Now it's down here.
Yeah, nice.
See, we took care of all of these, not just this
section.
one. We took care of kind of a section, and we're bringing it all down. And so sometimes these work.
And all those leaves are going to tilt right back up.
The leaves will tilt up, but not only that, you won't need to leave this tie on forever. You will train that branch to stay down, and you'll be able to take out that tie after a week or two, or move it. And it also these ties will also want to be moved out too as well. So they're just like the clips. You leave them in for a week or two if they need to. Now see, here's a perfect example. Let me show you. See, it's tied right here. I tied this last week to the main stem. But look at this. Now, since we did our bud pinches, we have more stems, and now we want to tie down this stem. See, we want to bring this. We want to bring this twine out to here. So we're just going to move it. Okay, we're just going to move that out, and we untied it there, and now we tie it to a main stem there, and now we just brought all of this down.
So
opened it
make
up.
it go back and forth for a sec.
See there? You want to go back and forth?
Yeah, like pull it down and then let it.
All right, well hurry up, Mrs. Grody. Everybody doesn't want to wait for this.
No, I'm just looking from the top.
Oh, you want me? Oh, got to untie.
I want to see how
I've already got it tied up.
Oh, never mind.
Let me untie it now. You've got me untying it now, Mrs. Grody. This is me.
You're being the talent, right?
I'm complying.
Am I being the predator?
You are being the predator. I'm complying. So here's what it looks like without it.
Okay.
Here's what it looks like with it. I'll tie it.
And let's see it. Let's see it from the side too. So not tied.
Not tied. Tied.
Yeah, quite a bit.
See, it brings down. It brings. Yeah.
Levels out the canopy really nicely.
And again, I took care of 4 bud sites by lowering this branch. But instead of needing one for this main stem that I had tied down before, now I'm going to need to bring in another one. And you want to know what? This has got enough on it. I'm just going to jerry rig this like this. I'm going to put that on that main stem and bring that main stem down too, using the same tie. As weirdly as I did it. If I can do it. Come on. And ties are definitely easier to manage. I think that needs to get brought down even further.
They're easy to manage, but also it's like you don't want too many of them because the watering becomes a hassle.
Yeah, but you know, them taking water like they do, because they're not
hydrophobic. So
yeah, they take water real easy. But true, you don't want it to be impossible to try to get a water container in here. So as you know, I'm still moving around. Look at these taller ones on the inside. We're gonna clip those over, and we've got a hole right here. And remember, we're still trying to do. We've still got. This is a little more symmetrical, but it's still. So we've got a hole here. I see a hole. I see places that we can go with here. So now I will just clip these down. I will clip these down. And you can see how methodical this is. It's a lot of...
It's just like bonsai, huh?
Well, it's not just like bonsai, Mrs.
It's an art, though. It does remind me of Bob Ross. And you know what? With Bob Ross, and I think he might have said this, but with a painting, you got to know when to stop, too, right?
Well, I stop when I don't have any clips left. That's when I tend to stop. But more or less, kind of. And I'll tell you what, it's very rewarding to see your plant shaped and move the way you want when you're done growing. It's really,
it
I just
ends
love
up looking like a candelabra or like a,
I just love it.
Banyan tree kind of.
Yeah, some kind of a tree you've created. Leaves seem to be somewhat, look at that's way down, but that'll come way back up. These, I'll tell you what, you can tell by the branches. The branches are real pliable. And what I mean by that is they're real rubbery. They feel like they want to bend.
Snap.
They feel like they want to bend. And we're just going
easy to move.
So we don't have a lot of clips, but we're going to use probably every one we have. We're going to keep bringing, we just keep going to the next highest one in the tent and deciding where do we want to put it. That's all we're doing. Do we want to put it in this direction, that direction, and bang. It's that easy. Next thing you know, you're gonna have a plant with a bunch of muffin tops. A bunch of muffin tops is gonna be what you're gonna be chanting in your tent if you're growing this style. And I got to tell you something, you guys. You guys grow like this. You guys will love the quality that you're gonna get. You'll love the quality. You'll love the time in trim. It's not trim gel. So, but I was going to say, I was going to say you're going to love your time in trim gel, but you know what? I love every minute of my trimming.
Yeah, because you're not trimming fucking larf.
I'm trimming hard, dense buds, and that is actually fun.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's actually fun. It's actually fun.
It's satisfying.
I do a better job trimming too than I would on anything else. You know, I used to trim up my other stuff that I used to get, and
the bee buds or whatever.
I used to trim up the bee buds, and you know, I used to do kind of a shitty job on them. They didn't look that great, and so on top of them,
because it's soul destroying.
On top of them being bee buds, and me giving people bee buds, on top of that, I had to trim those motherfuckers up, and they didn't even look good in trim. Look at that canopy. Now look at that canopy I brought down.
Wow.
I don't think I need any more, Mrs.
No,
Gelato.
that's great.
What do you think?
Wow, it's way down.
What do you
really
think, huh?
tied her down. Let's look from the top.
She's going to fit in her 2x2 area really nicely. And we'll have a nice canopy. In fact, what we're going to do now is we're going to put them all in the tent. So we're going to give you guys a good look at them as far as their height and how they look right now. And then you know what? Maybe we'll take a little B-roll tomorrow or the next day so we can show what these things look like, you know, the next day when all the leaves came up and the nice flat canopy they have. That's what we'll end up doing. That's our weed porn segment, you guys. Or I should say, hang on a minute, you guys. Let's get these in the tents and give you a last
overview,
a last peekaboo at these guys in the tent, a last overview when you look at them next to each other and you'll be able to see how they look. Come on. Hey guys, the girls are looking absolutely beautiful, aren't they? We're going to take a really close look right now in their tents, what we like to call their home. They're really comfortable, but they've got a few hours to kind of dilate their eyes to the new situation. So what they're going to do is in a couple hours, everything's going to grow up. It's going to look like a beautiful canopy. I'll do a few adjustments. They're going to look beautiful next week, you guys. Let's take a real close look at them real quick, okay, Mrs. GrowDaddy? Because I'm telling you, these girls. Oh, let's look back. Let's start back here in tent 2, you guys. You got tent 2. You've got Chantal, Biscotti, and you've got Colette, the frosted gelato on the right. And you can see how I've got everything kind of flat in the canopy. The canopy's absolutely flat on these girls. And what we forgot to do, and I want to show real quick, is I want to show the millibars where they're at. Now, we watered probably about 3 or 4 hours ago, and now our millibars are up to, can you see that? Let's see if you can get in there. There it is.
66.
66. So as you can see, we'll put a little chart there so you can see they're loving the water that they're in right now. And let's look at Colette and what she's at. She's
got 63.
63. These girls are basking in soil. Now they're gonna be probably at 120 tomorrow, right in there. They're gonna be ready for another quart of water. Oh, did we get a good look at the level on these girls?
Yeah, we did.
Did we? I mean, did you get down and look at these girls?
Yeah.
They're nice and level.
They are.
And they're both hanging from the same height as the other one, so they're getting equal amount of light. We don't want, unless a girl's asking for it, we don't want to give her more than she wants. These girls, we've really taken these girls over. They're a little bit smaller, but they're on the same page for the most part. Louise is looking absolutely beautiful, but you can see the height. We've got the height the same, so they're getting the same amount of light.
Yeah, you had to put
Well, we had to put our stuff to get. We just adjust things. I put a book in there, Mrs. GrowDaddy.
Dick Francis.
Dick Francis. Yeah, we do what we do to get the girls getting the same light or getting the proper light, unless they're asking for more or asking for less. We adjust the light, and that's what's nice about not being under a scrog. Is if you're under a scrog, they're all going to get the amount of light, the same amount of light. This is really, I can move plants from one tent to another. I can do a lot of things. These girls are filling up really quick, and I guarantee in 2 weeks we're gonna veg out until everything is pretty full in here. Which
you want to check the blue mat?
Yeah, let's check the blue mat on these girls. But we want to fill out the tent on these girls, and what we're gonna do is
66.
They're all about the same, and then where's hers at? In the front somewhere. Where is yours? There we go. Okay, this is Marie, and there it is.
58.
58. So they're all in the same ballpark of getting. Remember, you want to be. They're really loving the soil. I would say, if you were in the perfect soil and able to irrigate, you would irrigate to 70. You know, they really like being somewhere between 50 and 120.
To be nice and moist.
Yeah, but I hear people that are using these Blue Mat moisture meters, and the ones that are keeping it automated, where they're getting on a drip system and they're trying to dial it in or dialing it into 70. Where we can't do that because
70 millibars.
We're watering once a day. We'll go down to about 40, millibars in the morning, and when these things are really going, we'll end up with 250 to 300 millibars the next day when we water. Way out of range, as you can see with the tablet.
They get really thirsty.
Anyways, that's our weed porn, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the weed porn this time, you guys. And I got to tell you guys.
I think we can say our goodbyes.
Well, that's what I was going to do. We are going to say our goodbyes, Mrs. GrowDaddy. But before we do, we can't do it without telling you guys that thank you guys. We've had a bad few weeks. Right, Mrs. GrowDaddy?
It's been a little demotivating.
Yeah, because YouTube's really taking care of us and restricted us.
Taking care of us in the mafia sort of sense.
Well, and it's hard to complain. It's hard to complain about a platform that allows you to be on it for free.
Yeah.
And we're able to produce this stuff for you guys to watch for free.
They don't charge us a thing to host like a lot of
They've got a lot of
gigabytes.
Rules. They've got a lot of rules we don't like. But you know what? It's hard for me on the other end of that to bitch when, so I have to shout out and say thank you, YouTube, and I just thank you, YouTube.
Practice a little gratitude, hey?
Yeah, why not? Because we're not paying for YouTube, and that's really fortunate. In fact, talking about that, and I shouldn't probably even mention it, but we're going to talk about putting Buy Me a Cup of Coffee up here in the weeks to come. We're going to try to figure something like that, where hopefully some guys that you guys like watching our grow might want to buy us a cup of coffee. That'll help pay for all this AI bullshit. Well, Miss GrowDaddy spends a lot of money. We spend a lot of money on our grow and different things that we do with the show and stuff, and it would really be nice.
Yeah, I'm kind of addicted to the AI now.
We're addicted, but hopefully maybe there's some gratitude out there for us and what we're doing, and people love our content. They wouldn't mind donating a cup of coffee. We don't want to get rich off of this stuff. We would like to pay for some of our our expenses doing the show. That would be kind of cool with it. Anyways, love you guys. Can't get over it. You guys are just absolutely awesome in the comments and in the likes.
We love you guys. Thank you so much. You make it all worthwhile.
No, they make it worth. They make it worth breathing. I have to be honest with you guys. We've been choked out by YouTube, and it's really demotivating to only have your video go out to a little over 1,000 people when before you were going out to 4,000 or 5,000 people. It's a little demotivating to not see new people coming in or at a very slow rate. It just I'm telling you, it knocked the shit out of us here this last couple weeks of what do we want to do.
Last month or so.
Yeah, and to be quite honest, we did a lot of talking about it and had some really low days about it and go, well, what are we doing this for? We're doing it for us.
We are. And for you guys.
We're doing it for them, but we're also, this is our hobby and this is what we do together. And we talked about if we quit doing this together, Mrs. Grodaddy.
What are we going to do?
What are we going to do together? We have very little, I want to say we have very little in common.
No.
We love each other to death. And I don't even know what to tell you guys besides realistically, she's a...
I'm a geek.
No, well, I would say...
And he's a jock.
Yeah, okay, you're a geek and I'm kind of a jock. That would be a good way to put it.
I'm a nerd.
Some people would call me a couple different names besides that.
Or me, yeah.
Anyways, you guys, this show is really great for our marriage. And
Full disclosure, we're going to do this fucking show anyway, right?
it's kind of funny though, Mrs. Grodaddy, because when we first started doing this show, the first few years, we would come down here and we would have some haymakers of fights.
Oh yeah, barn burners.
We'd have some barn burners because we'd want to do it this way, I'd want to do it this way. You didn't understand.
I didn't know how to edit, so
you also didn't understand what I was doing. Talking in front of a camera is very, very difficult.
It's very difficult, and I have to say, Sweetie Pie, that I fully appreciate that now because you've made
Sounds easy talking, but
you've made me host a couple of these things. It's terrifying, and it's...
I mean, I'm no frickin' comedian, but I got to tell you, just to be able to put out the content of what we're doing in the tent isn't always as easy as you think without doing 1,000 takes. And Miss Grodaddy would get so upset with me because I couldn't do things right away or remember lines or do anything. And I don't run that way. Everything's got to be pretty spontaneous for me.
Those were barn burners, some of them.
Some of them were barn burners and made us almost quit. But our last few seasons, maybe our last 4 seasons, I don't know. At some point we pressed
just have fun.
We pressed a button that either we're going to have fun and do this and enjoy what we're doing, and it's just made our world. And you guys have been a part of that. And
you guys made it happen.
Hey, I know I'm saying the same shit every season in a little bit different of a way. And I know that can get a little monotonous, but hopefully we're doing it in a way where it's entertaining and you guys enjoy coming back. Because I know what you're talking about. I watch these other growers doing the same stuff, and I'm literally bored to death.
Try not to tune out.
I try not to tune out because I've already heard it. I've already seen it.
Hey, you guys, if you got some ideas for us too in the comments, let us know if you got any requests or comments or anything about...
No, don't open that can of tuna because if you do, we'll have to do something different. And I'm super lazy. We do this. I've learned how to do this, and like golf.
Okay.
Like golf, I will turn the knob just a little bit on each season. I will turn it up. I will do something different. I'm always growing different genetics.
Okay, well, listen, in terms of the grow, we'll not ask for comments, but in terms of the editing or producing or whatever, I'm open to comments. I want to know what you guys want to see.
Yeah, and at any rate, thank you guys. Love you guys. And stay tuned for some bloopers. If you're still with us and you haven't seen our show, Miss Grodaddy will put some bloopers. Hey, some of them are bricks, and some of them...
Some of them land and some of them don't.
And some of them don't. I mean, some of our bloopers, Miss Grodaddy finds a lot of, I like to say, fire! She finds a lot of fire in our, because we come down here and clown around. And some days we just don't clown around. We got things to do. It's time to do business. And we don't have a lot of funny things going on.
There's not a lot of screw ups. Sometimes we don't screw up enough, sweetie.
Today was one of those. Today we ran through everything. I like to call myself today a one-take wonder. I'm very proud of myself. But in saying that, we've been down here for hours. So I couldn't imagine how long this video is and how much you needed to cut out. But we were talking that we thought it was pretty good and you weren't going to cut out much. So let's see how long this video is because it was epic. It was epic, Mrs. Grodaddy. That's right. Everybody has heard me. This grow was as epic as, no, it's more epic. Each grow is more epic because I've learned a little something. I'm working on a little something. I'm telling you guys, We've got our fingers crossed. We're using some fancy shit in here.
And we are in the slow lane.
We got no runts. Love you guys. See you guys next week for episode 10, right?
Yep.
Come on! I'm out. Cleaning things up for the show, Mrs. Grow Daddy.
Fussy Daddy.
I'm not fussy. Mrs. Grow Daddy's fussy. No, I'm fussy. Okay. Welcome. You've made it. You've made it to our 11th season episode. 11th season? Mm-hmm. Boy, okay, I'm on.
Oh, it's just too far forward, isn't it? That's better. Yeah. Right, we got all the girls. We got the whole 2 tenths now.
All right, officially, I am toasted. I'm high. I got really high before the show today.
Yeah, I've noticed that you slowed down a little bit.
I haven't coffee weeks. I just don't really require it. Anyways, here we go. Oh, we're missing lights. Everything's
so
fine.
Can you move a titch that way?
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right. Pretty good.
Here we go.
You're on.
Yeah! Come on! That was it.